In the heart of the Tswana kingdom, nestled between rolling hills and sprawling acacia trees, the vibrant village of Kalagadi pulsed with life. The sun broke through the golden clouds, casting a warm hue over the land, reflecting the vibrancy of the community. Laughter mingled with traditional songs as villagers prepared for the Great Harvest Festival, an event that brought together families and celebrated life's blessings. Nandi, a spirited 16-year-old girl, stood overlooking the scene from her modest home. A single-story dwelling made of mud and straw, adorned with colourful wall paintings that depicted the stories of her ancestors. She had rich brown skin, brightened by the sun, and wore a traditional Tswana dress, woven from colourful fabric, decorated with intricate patterns representative of her family's lineage. Her hair was styled in long braids, interwoven with colourful beads that danced as she moved. Though the village buzzed with excitement, a shadow of uncertainty loomed over Nandi. She felt trapped in her youth, longing for freedom and adventure. Her eyes drifted toward the festivities, where her older sister, Chepo, captured the attention of everyone around her. At 24 years old, Chepo was the epitome of grace, her smooth, dark skin radiating confidence as she danced in a flowing dress made from traditional fabrics adorned with vibrant colours. Her hair was tied back in a neat bun, emphasising her dignified features and sharp eyes. "Nandi, come join us," Chepo called, waving her hand toward her sister. Nandi hesitated, feeling the familiar pang of insecurity. She loved her sister dearly, but Chepo's beauty often made Nandi feel overshadowed. "Maybe later," Nandi shouted back, forcing a smile. The truth was, she wanted to bask in the joy of the festival, but felt a weight in her heart that tethered her to the ground. As the festival finale approached, Mokonyane, Chepo's husband, strode into the clearing where the celebrations took place. He was charming and charismatic, with deep brown skin and short, neatly styled hair. His traditional shuka wrapped around his strong frame, adorned with intricate patterns that signified his status in the village. Nandi watched him from a distance as he engaged the crowd with his humour and charm, making her heart flutter unwittingly. The allure of her brother-in-law only grew, and Nandi often found herself daydreaming about the moments they shared, a stolen glance, a shared laugh. Yet, with every encounter, the fear of societal taboo pressed upon her shoulders like a heavy cloak. Conversations around the family fire often hinted toward respect for tradition and maintaining boundaries, but Nandi's heart led her toward an irresistible temptation. That evening, under the silver light of a full moon, Nandi found herself alone in the garden, picking fragrant herbs for the family's evening meal. It was there that she stumbled upon Mokonyane, who had wandered away from the festival festivities. "Nandi, it's beautiful here, isn't it?" he said, his voice smooth as honey. His deep brown eyes sparkled with charm, and Nandi felt her heart race in response. "Yes, it always feels peaceful under the stars," Nandi replied softly, glancing shyly toward the ground. The intimacy of the moment made her pulse quicken. "You should dance with us. You have the spirit of the night within you," Mokonyane encouraged, moving a step closer and gently brushing a stray braid back behind her ear. The warmth of his touch sent electric shivers through Nandi. "I don't know. I'm just a little nervous," she admitted, biting her lower lip. "You deserve to feel alive. Everyone at the festival admires your spirit. You should join them," he said, his tone compelling. Nandi felt a surge of exhilaration mixed with anxiety. Together, they moved closer toward the in-progress festival. As they reached the edge of the gathering, the rhythmic drumming of the village echoed around them, and colourful fabric swayed as dancers twirled to the beat of the traditional music. Caught in the moment, Nandi began to dance. Her body responded to the rhythm, and she could feel the tension melting away. Mokonyane joined, their movements blending together, and for a moment, Nandi forgot about the world around her. As they danced, their eyes met, and Nandi learned that Mokonyane's charm had captivated more than just the crowd. They were lost in a whirlwind of laughter and camaraderie, the boundaries of family ties overshadowed by their growing attraction. But beneath the surface of excitement lay an unspoken tension, one that would soon unravel. It wasn't long before whispers spread through the village, rumours about their closeness, judgments trailing behind them like a shadow. Over the next few weeks, Nandi and Mokonyane spent secret moments together, sharing confidences under the stars and laughter hidden from prying eyes. The thrill of their secret made Nandi feel alive, but she also understood the stakes. An affair like theirs could ignite a scandal that would ripple through their family. One fateful evening, tensions finally reached a breaking point. Alone together in the garden, stacking fruits for the evening meal, their hearts whispered a language of longing that transcended words. Nyasa couldn't resist any longer, pulled toward Mokonyane in a magnetic embrace, their lips meeting in a passionate kiss. It felt like flying, liberating, yet terrifying. But in the days that followed, Nandi's world spiraled. As the sun cast its golden rays across the fields and she felt the weight of something new growing inside her, a truth she couldn't deny. When the signs of pregnancy became undeniable, Nandi's heart sank. What shall I tell Chepo? The question burned in her mind, filling her with both dread and shame. The very act that brought her joy soon became a harbinger of despair. That evening, she confronted Mokonyane, fear penetrating her spirit. I am pregnant, Mokonyane. What are we going to do? Her voice trembled as she confessed, tears slipping down her cheeks. We will find a way, Mokonyane replied, though uncertainty creased his brow. The weight of his promise hung heavy in the air, a mixture of raw emotion and impending confrontation. As the days passed, the pressure intensified. Nandi knew she had to confront Chepo, her beloved sister. How do I possibly tell her? Nandi cried, facing Mamara, their mother. Mamara, with deep brown skin and grey hair wrapped beautifully with a colourful scarf, looked at her daughter with empathy. My child, you must be honest. The truth shall set you free, she advised gently, yet Nandi felt a weight in her heart. With trembling hands, Nandi gathered her courage. The afternoon sun streamed through the homestead as Nandi made her way to Chepo, who was busy arranging ceremonial decorations for the upcoming festival. A task that no longer felt joyful for Nandi. Chepo, can we talk? Nandi said, voice wavering. Chepo paused, noticing the gravity of her sister's tone. Of course, Nandi. What's wrong? Chepo's expression transformed from curiosity to concern as she noted the distress on her sister's face. They moved to a quieter corner under the shade of a broadleaf tree. With her heart pounding as loud as the drums calling villagers to the festivities, Nandi inhaled deeply. I need to tell you something important. I'm pregnant. A moment of silence enveloped them, heavy and suffocating. Chepo's eyes widened, shock etching her features. What? How could you let this happen, Nandi? The confrontation became a whirlwind of emotions, betrayal, confusion, and hurt. It was a mistake, but it's real, Chepo. I didn't plan for this, Nandi replied, her voice desperate. A mistake? With Mokonyane? Do you have any idea what this means for our family? Chepo's voice grew louder, trembling with a mixture of anger and sorrow. As emotions boiled, Chepo realized the depth of her sister's troubles. We will face this together, but you must promise me honesty, Nandi. Betrayal within our family cannot become a norm. Their exchange grew tender as they began to reconcile. Yet the truth only drew tighter strands of tension between their families. With the impending festival looming on the horizon, the atmosphere changed. Whispers of scandal echoed throughout Kagalagadi, casting shadows over the previous joy. Nandi became a ghost of the lively girl she once was, now ensnared in fear and uncertainty. The village was preparing for the celebrations, but the undercurrent of gossip poisoned the air. In the midst of the festival preparations, Mokonyane took Nandi aside, an urgent expression settling on his handsome features. We need to talk, before it's too late. About what? The news is already spiraling out of control, Nandi snapped, frustration building within her. Everyone thinks I'm a curse. that I ruin everything I touch. Nandi, you have to trust me. We need to come clean with Chepo and your mother. It's the only way to end this. As they walked through the vibrant decorations of the festival, the sounds of laughter and the aroma of delicious food filled the air, contrasting sharply with the tension in Nandi's heart. They found a secluded spot underneath a gathering of colourful fabric canopies. I don't want to hurt anyone, she confessed, staring at the ground. But you're hurting yourself by hiding. Embrace this child. It deserves to be welcomed into the world without fear. Mokonyane's voice softened, trying to reassure her. With a deep breath, Nandi finally nodded, embracing the weight of their decisions. You're right, we have to face it together. When the evening of the festival dawned, the air was electric with excitement, but a pervasive tension loomed over the crowd. Villagers gathered, dressed impeccably in vibrant traditional attire, their faces filled with anticipation of the festivities. But as the rituals began, Nandi felt the scrutiny of the crowd. Chepo stood nearby, adorned in her flowing dress with bold patterns, celebrating with the villagers while masking her internal struggle. As Nyasa's heart raced, she recognized that their eyes were on her. Elder Barco initiated the ceremony, calling for attention with his deep voice, filled with authority. Tonight, we celebrate life, love, and our unity as a community. As he spoke, Nandi found herself struggling, contemplating stepping into the light or fading into the background. But just as she was about to make her move, the whispers of the villagers pierced through the festivities like daggers. Did you hear? Nandi is with child, by her brother-in-law. The air thickened with disbelief, and Nandi felt the weight of every gaze piercing into her soul. Panic surged. No! Run! She urged, grabbing Mokonyane's hand and pushing through the crowd, desperately trying to escape the chaos surrounding her. Chepo saw her sister fleeing and found herself torn between protecting her and confronting her devastation. Nandi! Wait! She cried, racing after her, determination fueling her legs. They made their way toward the nearby River Moni, its tranquil waters reflecting the chaos of the festival, soothing and inviting like the heartbeat of the land itself. When they reached the riverbank, Nandi stopped, leaning against a large rock, her breath coming in quick gasps. I can't do this. I can't face them. You're not alone. I'll always be here, Mokonyan urged, placing his hands on her shoulders. In that moment, Chepo caught up, panting, yet determined. Nandi, we can work this out together. We're family, and we'll get through this if we confront it head-on. With their voices echoing softly in the night air, Nandi felt a sense of courage swell inside her. I need to be brave for my child, and we all deserve resolution. The following day, Nandi, Mokonyane and Chepo joined their parents, ready to confront the truth that had torn through their family like wildfire. Sitting together in their modest home, the air thick with tension, Nandi's heart raced. Amare watched her daughters, her face comprised of concern and sorrow, while Elder Barco stood at their side, a guardian of their shared wisdom. Speak, my child. Mamare urged Nandi gently. With courage thick in her throat, Nandi recounted the tale, the laughter, the joy, the secret that had grown heavy in her heart. Each word flowed like the river, vulnerable yet powerful, turning the room into a sanctuary of vulnerability. When she finished, the room was silent, each member processing her confession. Tishepo's expression softened when she looked at Nandi, understanding the gravity of the love that had redefined their lives. This doesn't define us. It's a part of our journey, Tishepo said, tears glinting in her eyes reflecting the compassion that broke through the darkness. I will stand by you no matter how hard it gets. Nandi's heart swelled at her sister's words, sensing the healing beginning to unfold. With Elder Bako leading, they reached a consensus, crafting a plan to welcome the rumoured child into the family, despite the challenges surrounding their choices. It was a testament not just to family bonds, but also to the understanding that love overcomes many barriers. Weeks passed, and the village began to adapt to the changing dynamics. Nandi learned the significance of being a young mother, attending gatherings where women shared their experiences and wisdom, all surrounding one goal: unity and love. The coming together ceremony, a joyous celebration marked by vibrant colours and traditional music, welcomed the new life into the family with open arms. Nandi wore a ceremonial dress, richly adorned with symbols of duty and motherhood, glistening in the afternoon sun. As the elders blessed her child, Nandi felt the relief wash over her, a reminder that while their journey had been fraught with challenges, love and acceptance would pave the way forward. As twilight fell, casting a gentle glow over Kalagadi, Nandi held her newborn for the first time, overlooking the vast landscape from her home. The stars began to twinkle above, illuminating the darkness, and she felt a profound sense of hope. "This is our love story, and it's only just begun," she whispered to her child, filled with dreams and promises for the future. This was the beautiful story of the young Nandi falling in love with a man that wasn't hers. They have both made their mistakes, but in the end, it all became all right. I hope you enjoyed this tale. I hope you subscribe to let me know you will be here for a new tale soon.